Hello and welcome to Astana for game day 5 of the qualifying campaign for the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. And it is all to play for in Group E as Kazakhstan welcome Qatar, very much needing the win in front of their home fans here in the capital. It's the only group that remains wide open with 2 games to go, the only group where no team is yet to qualify, all nations still unsure of their futures. The other game in the group already well underway. Iran in a dominant position against India, up by 40. So Qatar will qualify for the Asia Cup if they win here on the road tonight. Kazakhstan could only be eliminated if they lost this one and India won. But nonetheless, they really need the victory, given they play group leaders Iran in their final game here on Monday. A crazy second window in this group that saw a number of upsets, ensured anything can still happen here in this final window. We're seeing the teams quickly introduced onto this court. Vladimir Ivanov, Vadim Sherbak, Rustam Murzag Aliyev and Anton Bykov, key players for the hosts. We'll find out a bit more about them later. For Qatar, watch out for Mustafa Fouda, Tyler Harris and Mike Lewis, the 2 naturalised players, and Ndoye Seydou. Ahead of the tip-off, we'll pause for the national anthems. Only the top two get a guaranteed ticket to the Asia Cup. The teams finishing in third have to play another qualifying tournament where 4 of these 6 third-place teams will also advance to the showpiece event in August. The Kazakhs have already lost their tiebreaker against India in this group. And despite beating Qatar by 5 in the reverse meeting between these two, the head-to-head scores between them actually irrelevant now, because Kazakhstan have fewer points in the standings due to a forfeit defeat against Iran in the last window. That makes it incredibly complicated indeed, but it can only become clearer as this final window develops. It is a true group of death, with all 4 teams still able to qualify. Kazakhstan and Qatar both lot level at 2-2 with 2 games to play, albeit Qatar with that advantage on points. Looking at the numbers, they're the better 2-point shooting team, using their defense as a platform. They average a competition 4th best, 10.5 steals a game. Score 17.5 points off turnovers, around 50% more than Kazakhstan, as well as almost 3 times as many fast break points. So watch out for that transition offense. That doesn't bode well for a Kazakh team committing the most turnovers of all nations in these qualifiers at 20.7 a game. Although the hosts do have the advantage shooting the ball from beyond the arc and on the boards. 34% perimeter shooting to Qatar's 27%, which is the 4th worst of all teams. And Kazakhstan, a competition 3rd best, 14.7 offensive rebounds a game, which leads to twice as many second chance points as their guests here this evening. The number 2 there, the hero for Qatar in their last game, Mike Lewis, the overtime winner against Iran with 6.4 seconds to play. He's their top scorer, scoring at least 15 points in every game in these qualifiers, averaging 17. The danger man, Tyler Harris, the other naturalized player who debuted in the last window, was an even better performer over the last 2 games by way of efficiency, averaging 14.5 points, 10 rebounds for the double-double. No surprise to see those two wearing 1 and 2 in the starting 5. Mustafa Fuda improving immensely as well. And the number 5, Ndoye Seydou, who had only averaged a 5 efficiency over the first 3 games, had a 25 efficiency in the last game. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 4 offensive boards, 3 assists, 3 steals and a block in that overtime win over Iran. Qatar led by Hakan Demir, who switched teams earlier on in the campaign. He was coaching Iran to an overtime victory against Qatar in the first window, and then jumped ship to Qatar for the second window to orchestrate that overtime win in retaliation the other way around. As for Kazakhstan, Balashov, Mirzagaliev, Bykov, Pan and Marchuk, the starting 5 for them. Rustam Mirzagaliev had 15 points, 5 assists in a game day 2 win for Kazakhstan over Qatar. Tigran Gyokchan was not on the bench for that one. He was appointed head coach a month ago, having taken his club team to the final of the Kazakh League in both of the last 2 years. They welcome back Anton Bykov and Robert Patton to their roster for this final window. Both players missed the games in November. Kazakhstan had started with back-to-back wins, including that 5-point win in Qatar, but then lost both of their games in the last window, including a forfeit defeat on game day 3 against Iran. Qatar also 2-2, but moving in the opposite direction, having started with back-to-back defeats. But then after Hakan Demir took over in the last window, back-to-back wins under the new head coach. He's talked about rebooting Qatari basketball with many talented young players coming through, led by their talented naturalized players who are looking to lead them to another level ahead of hosting the World Cup in 2027. And these two met in Qatar on game day 2. Kazakhstan produced a big 4th quarter to win it by 5, 68-73. Three-point shooting and rebounding disparities were the key components. 36% three-point shooting. Qatar held to only 19%. Let's see if they can reproduce on home court. They almost have to if they're to keep alive their hopes of making the main event. But what a start, picking up right where he left off from Boy Seydu off the back of that double-double game in the overtime win over Iran last time out in November. Open spot to welcome himself back to these qualifiers. Robert Pan, who missed the games in November, hits a key three on the first offense for the Kazakhs. Pan was only 1 of 7 from downtown in the first window. Here's Harris, twisting and turning against Pan. Far side, three-point shot. They use every single millisecond and they use it to perfection. Mustafa Fuda from downtown. He was only shooting 18% over the previous 4 games before that shot. Quick hands on defense, but they can't seal the steal. And then a jump ball forced as Anton Bykov battles back for Kazakhstan. Now 3 for Fuda, who is improving immensely. Played the full 40 minutes in the huge win over Iran in November. Had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists and 2 steals. This Qatari program is going up to the next level under the new coach, Hakan Demir. And in transition, the trip to the line for Mike Lewis. What a positive start they've made here. Mike Lewis, the 27-year-old point guard, who's averaging a team-high 17 points, as well as a team second-best 3.5 assists a game. Qatar up 3-6. One more to come for Lewis. We'll hope to get those score graphics on the images for you as soon as we can. They can only split the pair and battle on the baseline, but to no avail. Inbound situation for Kazakhstan, trailing 3-6. Muzangaliev, the orchestrator of the win over Qatar earlier in the campaign. Turnover, Kazakhstan, they've started poorly here. 3-on-1 in transition, the floater finish for Tyler Harris. He really has added an extra string to Qatar's bow, having come into this team in the previous window. Outside shot off left. It's a 5-point Qatar lead and the ball back. Oleg Balashov, who's been really struggling despite his excellent attributes through the course of this campaign. He's a young guard who can turn it on, but he's been having a nightmare qualification campaign thus far. Harris rubbing salt in Kazakhstan's wounds. They're going to need an early timeout. Tyler Harris twisting and tormenting in the middle. And Qatar lead by 7 after 2.5 minutes at 3-10. And after Robert Pan hit the first shot for Kazakhstan. But since then, a series of turnovers. Qatar scoring every trip down the floor.
Давайте сыграли нормально, не разгоняют. Все 5 на 5.
So Tigran Gyokchan, the Armenian head coach of Kazakhstan, needing the early timeout. The Robert Patton hit that early shot. Since then, they've been ice cold. They've only taken 2 shots, Kazakhstan, in 2.5 minutes. In contrast, Qatar, who are yet to turn the ball over, are 4 of 4 from the field and also 1 of 2 at the foul line. Balashov will get it back. 25-year-old guard. It's going to be another turnover off the back of the timeout this time. Kazakhstan have a history of imploding. We saw that in the qualification campaign for the last World Cup. Never qualified for the World Cup or Olympics. They dared to dream in the first half of that campaign, won 5 straight to start in the first phase, including home and away against Iran. The game day 6 defeat that July completely turned the tide. They lost all 3 of their games at the Asia Cup later that month, and they finished their qualifying campaign for the World Cup with 7 straight defeats. And the record going from 5-0 to 5-7 at the finish. They ended up 1 win behind Iran, who took the final ticket to the showpiece event, despite the fact Kazakhstan had beaten Iran both home and away earlier in the campaign. Heartbreaking. And now it could be the same here in qualifying for the Asia Cup. Back-to-back wins to start. 2 defeats in the last window. Down by 8 already on the penultimate game day. 1 more to come at the line for Seydu. So 9 the advantage for Qatar. It's another turnover. We've played just over 3 minutes, and that is now 4 turnovers on Kazakhstan. Averaging more than a turnover a minute. We've still only taken 2 shots. And they're still also yet to force a turnover on Qatar and yet to stop them scoring from the field. Qatar scoring literally every trip down the floor so far, and that will continue here with Ndoye Seydu free to put it in, and the Qatar lead grows to double digits. It's taken only 3.5 minutes. Kazakhstan under all kinds of pressure, and they get away without another turnover that time. Shaim Kwanov will inbound for them. Just come in off the back of that early timeout. Coach Gyokchan having to mix it up already. Entry pass found its way through. The seal, not the score. At least they get a shot away that time. Fuda. Really more confident Fuda off the back of his recent performances. Tyler Harris backing in, up against Patton, draws the double, finds the pass and the foul as Mohamed Abasha looked to go up. Abasha, one of those young players the coach has been talking about as being able to come in and grow with the team and take them to the next level, only 20 years of age. And 2 meters 1 forward. Free off the inbound, Fuda. Long range 2-point shot for Lewis. Rims around and out, and a foul. It's going to be against Qatar. So some joy for Kazakhstan They at least get a shot away on their last possession, and they finally force a stop on their guest. The first failed trip down the floor for Qatar. Three-point shot, and still can't get one to go. Mike Lewis drawing two so often. Now it's about the teammates around him recognizing where the open player was, and they did that well, but Basha couldn't hit the outside shot. Seydu bullish on the board, 6.3 rebounds a game through this campaign. That's second on the team on average, first in terms of total rebounds. Long range two, knocked down. He'll show he can shoot as well. What a fantastic start for Seydu. A double-double in the last game, having not been too much of a factor in the first three. So he really is going to the next level under Hakan Demir. He was 7 of 10 from the field in that overtime win against Iran. He's got 8 points already here on perfect shooting. 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the foul line. 13, now the Qatari lead. It was only their third foul. Kazakhstan already at the limit as a team. Not a lot going right for the hosts. Seydu's a 25-year-old centre. His numbers improving. One thing he's missing, not for a lack of trying, is the outside shot in his game. 0 of 4 so far over the course of these qualifiers. He's shooting 57% from 2. Fake pull of the trigger over everything. Shooting sights not to skew at the moment for Kazakhstan. That one well short, well telegraphed, and it still won't go, as if there's a lid over the hoop. Shagulin playing his first game of this campaign. Couldn't stick it back in, and Kazakhstan are just going to have to dig their heels in here and try and survive this nightmare start. Down 13. Have to turn their attention to tenacious defense, but how about the mesmerizing offense from Tyler Harris instead? 15 the lead for Qatar, taking Kazakhstan apart. And Shagulin again, and he finally stops the rot. The first score for Kazakhstan since their first possession of the game. It's close to a 6-minute drought. Defense sent slipping and sliding. Harris, the lefty, perfectly placed with the mid-range push shot. Tyler Harris right at it again. That's 8 points for him on 4 of 4 shooting. Quanov short. So despite Kazakhstan stopping the rot, Qatar have a chance to open up the out-and-out largest lead of the game. This crowd in the Kazakh capital silent in their seats, but defense to try and pick them back up, and indeed pick their team back up. Now they'll ask for the unsportsmanlike foul here. Sherbak was saying he was held as he tried to get on the end of that pass, so too his coach. That's a big call. He wants the challenge, Tigran Gyokchan. That's the difference between turnover number 5 for Kazakhstan and free throws and possession for them. They will get no such break. Qatar 8 of 10 from the field so far, 3 of 4 from the line. Lewis. Interior pass picked off. And they're too hasty to try and get down the floor, Kazakhstan. But they are at least coming up with a couple of defensive stops now. Just got to make more of them. Konov, difficult pass. Skimming it off the surface in transition. Making now 6 turnovers for Kazakhstan in the opening quarter. Dieng to inbound for Qatar. Had a tough time in the reverse meeting, went 0 of 5 from the field in defeat. He's having been big in the first game against Iran, and he had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. He's averaged only a 4.7 efficiency over 3 games since he had a 26 efficiency in the opener, and he turns it over off the inbound pass here. Pull-up three-point shot, short, he knew it, tried to race to it, Mirzagaliev, and succeeded in getting it back. Kazakhstan at least showing some fight now and trying to turn the tide. Mirzagaliev passes on, three-point shot, not shy to shoot. The debutant in this campaign, Alexander Zhigulin. Kazakhstan at least something from which to build. They've only got 3 field goals in the game. He's got 2 of them now, Zhigulin. The gap. Final 2 minutes of the first. Shot clock winding down here. Is he aware? Gets into the lane, moving away from the basket. Graces the wrong side of the rim, and here come Kazakhstan. The fight is back. The atmosphere is back. And a chance to take it back to 10 or maybe even single figures. It's a huge comeback, sparking shot from Zhigulin, perhaps. Iran have beaten India in the other game in this group. That makes the equation simple for Qatar here. They win, and they get a ticket to the Asia Cup. Big effort on defense from Vadim Sherbak. Kazakh players are doing their best now to take hits for their nation and to fight their way back into this one, because nothing was coming easy early on. Nice ball movement out to the far side, and another 3 in a single-digit game, having trailed by 15. Back-to-back threes, and just like that, right back in the ball game. First one from Zhigulin, and then one from Sherbak off the back of his defensive desire at the other end of the floor. How about one more? Too heavy. Offensive rebound. They're showing their hustle on the window as well. Mirzagaliev around the high screen, pulls the trigger. Too heavy again. How about a third chance scoring opportunity inside? Free, the catch, not the convert. No foul. They felt they should have had one. Sherbak felt he was hit. Nine-second differential between shot clock and game clock. End of the first quarter. Qatar's points have dried up. Kazakhstan trying to shake off this difficult start. It's a turnover. He was stood on the baseline. Bobo Magasa with poor positioning. It's the 5th turnover now for Qatar in this quarter. Kazakhstan have had 7. Seven to shoot. Trip and a foul. And a trip to the foul line. Qatar now out the limit. Mustafa Ndao joined the team for the second window. There were lots of changes for Qatar in the November window versus the first window, and that led to the change in results, going from back-to-back defeats to back-to-back wins under the new head coach. Assad, Mustafa Undao, Koga Nagasa and Alan Hadjibegovic all came in, having not played in the first window. Mustafa Fuda took his game up another level. And Tyler Harris, of course, came in, debuted in the last window as well. And he came out fast and fiery. The opening tip pit built a 15-point lead, but it's been cut to 7 already. Can they stop the drought? In dramatic circumstances, no, they can't. It's an offensive foul. There's going to be some time here for Kazakhstan, surely. They were leading 5-20, so an 8-0 run for Kazakhstan. Has come over the course of the last 2 and a bit minutes. The score for Qatar was 3.5 minutes ago. 20 points in the first 6.5 minutes, nothing since. Not seeing how long remains at the moment for Kazakhstan. They will get some time. And they add to this 8-0 run. The defense finally showing up. But 3 seconds, it seems, back on the clock. They've cut out their turnovers. They've started to force turnovers. They've grabbed 5 offensive rebounds. In fact, this is just 0.3. Just 0.3. So it's a quick turn and prayer, not even that. But Kazakhstan, having trailed by 15 just 2 and a bit minutes ago, have closed the gap to 7. 13-20 is the score at the end of 1 in favour of Qatar. Finishing the first period on a 3.5-minute drought. Kazakhstan putting up 8 points in that time, so 13-20 is your score. Kazakhstan having to do it from downtown, where they're 3 of 9, only hit 1 2-pointer in the game. For Qatar, very much the other way around. Lots of their early baskets off the back of those Kazakhstan turnovers, 6 in the first 6 minutes before they cut them out. Nervy start for Kazakhstan, couldn't keep up with the athleticism and hustle of Qatar. But now they've got up there with them. And they've very swiftly made it game on again. They started superbly, Qatar, particularly through their naturalised players. Tyler Harris, 8 points. But also, Doi Saidu with 8 in the first 5 minutes. Qatar have struggled since he's gone to the bench. It's that second unit that slowed the pace for Qatar. Fuda, Harris and Lewis all playing the first 7.5 minutes. And Qatar plus 15 in that time. The 8-0 run and the scoring drought for Qatar came after those players had gone to the bench. So will they get back at it with those players back on the floor, you wonder? If you're quick enough to catch that QR code, do download the Courtside 1891 app for the stream schedules and scores. You're absolutely going to want that tool in your pocket ahead of the Continental showpiece events this summer. Start of the second period, Kazakhstan 13, Qatar 20 the score. Still bench players on the floor for Qatar. That's a turnover on them, their 7th, I believe, which I think ties them level now with Kazakhstan. It's a little difficult to understand why Coach Hakan Demir kept those bench players out there. You see now Mustafa Fuda is going to come back in. He played the first 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Period in which Qatar were plus 15. It's a long slip and slide, and showing no sympathy. Kazakhstan with another from downtown from Sherbak, close it to 4. It's now an 11-0 run to bridge the first and second periods. Sherbak with 2 on the outside. 4 of the team's 5 field goals have come from three-point range. Can Qatar cancel? Yes, they can. Faris Avdic showing why he's been left on the floor as a bench player. His first shot and first score of the ball game, having played the last 3 minutes or so. Turnover in traffic. Avdic fouls. All the unsportsmanlike on the court and indeed on the bench. So 16-23 should read your score right now. We're having a few issues with the score strap at the bottom of your picture. Off the back of that 3 from Avdic. Did shoot 50% on the outside through the first 4 games, the 28-year-old. Albeit not taking many shots. And that was a big one to get Qatar back at it. After their 15-point lead had been close to 4. Fuda. One by him down. He wants it in the middle, Seydu. Up against 3 in the defensive ceiling, put up over the top of him. Transition opportunity, Sherbak! And Kazakhstan are back in a big way and with a bang. Defense providing the platform from which to launch the offense into life. Back within 5 from 15 down. Another highlight reel moment of this first half so far. Making his presence felt in the paint again. And then Sherbak down the floor with a one-hand throwdown. Dow has got to the line of a foul this time, though. Only averaged 8 minutes in the second window, and Dow, a 19-year-old centre. It's both, importantly so. Qatar by 7, 2 minutes into the second. Lewis finally back in for the first time since the first 7.5 minutes. Kalashov. He's free for the 3. Goes the other way though. Mozagalia behind the high screen. Aggressive defense on the ball from Qatar. Do they force the turnover? Not quite. And Kazakhstan can't convert from close proximity again, not for the first time. That home rim not helping them out. Fuda. Wants to go one-on-one at Pan. Fuda behind the back. Pass Pan. Floater, high arcer in the middle. Beautifully done from Mustafa Fuda. Qatar back up by 9. Tight in the corner, Mirzagaliev, Sherbak. Shot clock still ticks. Mirzagaliev picked off by Seydu. If he can tame the loose ball, and he can, but he'll wait for the Qatar cavalry to arrive. Chance for them to make it a double-digit lead again. Fuda in the driver's seat. The left, the show and the go. Trying to shift that much improved Kazakh defense around, and they do so delightfully. Seydu goes up. And a foul called on the rebound attempt. Foul on Qatar trying to grab the offensive rebound. Out goes Avdic. Well, it has gone the other way around. I was wondering where that foul was. It was on the shot. So Seydu at the line, where he's 2 of 2 so far, and a chance to hit double figures in the game here. No stick on single digits, but the lead will go back to double digits. Quanov on the bounce, spots the path into the paint, glances off the glass. Shaim Quanov making the most of the space in the middle. Buda. Dien. Buda, an extra spring in his sneakers, but he's clattered from either side, and the foul on the defense. It's going to be 3 on Kazakhstan in the opening 4 minutes of the second. Quanov taking it back to single figures, his first score of the game. Jagulin's the leading scorer, or rather Sherbak now the leading scorer for Kazakhstan with 8 points. Component batting Sherbak in launching the comeback. Baseline burst, pass on, trap in the middle again. And that's going to be a violation against Ndoye Seydu. They've really ganged up on him in the centre now. It's an offensive 3-second violation, but it could have been a shot clock violation as well. Zagalia. Zagulin. The hand off the pick. The pull of the trigger from Quanov off. Rebound grabbed by Abasha. Buda gets free for the 3. Can't make it count. Offensive rebound. The first of the game for Qatar. Kazakhstan grabbed a handful in the first period. And their hustle has brought them very much back into contention. Quanov backed up by his teammates, and that time the home rim does give them the roll around. So another offensive rebound off the back of forcing another turnover. Those hustle stats racking up again for Kazakhstan. Being trailed by 15 early on. All about fight to get back in the game. All about quality though for Qatar on the offensive end from Mike Lewis. Midway point of the second, they're up by 9, doing their best to hold off the Kazakh comeback. Pressure applied on the ball. Kazakhstan escape it momentarily, still have 7 on the shot clock now. Mirzagaliev to go to work. Shugulin, 3-point shot too heavy. Qatar look to settle into their half-court offense to make it a double-digit lead again. Still doesn't go for that 3. Instead, the moves from the big man and the muscle. Showing his physicality and his finesse. Ndoye Seydu. We talked about him wanting to add the 3-point shot to his game. That time used it as bait. And then took no prisoners in the paint. He really has bulked up. And he's bulking up his stat line. Ndoye Seydou, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Timeout Kazakhstan.
Столько потерь, не разыгрываем, не проходим, отдаем, скидываем. Один удар и туда, один, все трехочковые. В защите сыграли, эти большие нас что хотят делают. Они цепляют вас, не играйте как бабы, играйте как мужики, цепляют, беги. Играем motion, но нам нужен хороший, вот этот последний, этот пришел, отдали ему большому скрин и хендов, с пятым хендов, пошли
Tigran Gökçen's Kazakhstan over the course of the final 2.5 minutes of the first period into the second period cut a 15-point deficit down to 5. It's now back up to double figures for Qatar. Ndoye Seydou leading the way. And a chance to add to his game-high 11 points here at the line. Sherbak for Kazakhstan has double figures with 10. Seydou with 11. Potentially one more to come. He's doing it on both ends of the floor as well. And once more, it's a question of whether those key players for Qatar, those starters, are on the floor. Seydou's going to go to the bench here. They were dominant the first 7.5 minutes with their starters. Then came the Kazakh run with the starters for Qatar going to the bench. Now they're back in. And they've gone on another run. To illustrate that, they're plus 20 when Mike Lewis is on the floor, plus 20 when Mustafa Food is on the floor, plus 18 with each of Seydou and Harris. Plus 12 through the game now, Qatar. Fouda, 3-point shot. Well short, offensive rebound for Harris and a foul. That advantage as well, Qatar, in that they've only committed the 1 foul in this period, and that's now 4 on Kazakhstan. So any further fouls from the hosts the rest of this half will send Qatar to the line, shooting foul or not. And was on the shot, so Harris there for 2. For Harris to become the second Qatar player to score in double figures, and he's only been on the court for just over 10 minutes. He's now got 10 points, 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 at the line, 6 rebounds, and a steal for Harris, who's got the best efficiency rating in the game. Unbeaten so far in the Qatari jersey. 14, the lead for Qatar is 1 off the largest. Balashov suffocated on the perimeter, had to throw it up, did well to even hit the rim, but a rebound again for Harris, his 7th. Now they pass down the floor, the skip, not the score. Instead, the foul on the defense. Sherbak still moving, trying to keep up with the offense. Almost got to his spot. Looks around for some help, doesn't get it. Bounce for Alan Hadzibegovic, the 25-year-old 2'11" centre who made his debut for Qatar in this campaign in the last game of the November window. He only played 7 minutes, but he put up 5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and he banks in that free throw there. So it is now the out-and-out largest lead for Qatar at 16. An introduction for Hadzibegovic to his 2nd appearance for Qatar. Sherbak. Pan, Balashov. Back out, Pan's in a 3 already. Not that one. Batted back, only into Qatari hands. And a chance now to slice and dice for Hadzi Begovic, who was adamant he was fouled on his flight path. You can't believe the no call. We'll be happy to see the back of Tyler Harris, Kazakhstan. Gassa comes in. Fouls racking up for both teams now. Harris has 2 fouls for Qatar, so that's part of the reason why he's on the bench, as to Seydu. Hard to imagine we'll see those players again until the second half now. Batted away by Hadzi Begovic, looking to make the most of his extra moments on the floor with his teammate Seydu in foul trouble. Pan knocks down the mid-ranger. Can Kazakhstan make their move again with Qatar key players on the bench? We still have Buda and Lewis on the court though, Qatar. Those two in the backcourt right now. Lewis goes left, denied by Sherbak, who's almost having to try and do it all by himself. Sherbak the shutdown to stop Qatar's top scorer. 14 the gap. They'll go to the benches for a timeout towards the end of the second period.
Скинь, отдай. А ты ходишь с ним, поэтому он и подножки ставит. Сказал же, что им сказать этим уродам. Ты его маму вспомни, пусть он знает, как тебе подножки давать. Он половина Ливану так сделал. Нападение, играем. Орсайд. Окей, орсайд играем. Давай. Погнали. Эй, стойте. Один раз только встаем в зону.
16 was in fact the largest lead for Qatar earlier in the game. Actually, Hadzi Begovic tipping it away from the rim. It's fair game once it hits the hoop. Bouncing up. No shot interference whatsoever. Pando coming back, hitting the mid-ranger. There's an 11-0 run for Kazakhstan that initially closed that 16-point deficit down to 5, but Qatar have since increased their advantage. Got it back up to where it was. Hadzi Begovic, the big man, hitting his free throws. Well, he's almost done everything from the line already. Got all kinds of bounces, got a banker, got an air ball. In the gap, 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Kazakh bench has more than doubled the score of the Qatari bench. That's what they're going to be hoping for. Try and fight back into this game again, but they need to improve with their starters. As well and truly second best Kazakhstan in this game when the likes of Fuda, Harris, Lewis and Seydu are on the court for Qatar. 2 of those players on the bench right now due to foul trouble. Balashov for long two. His shot's been way off in these qualifiers. Qatar getting scrapes and scratches and battling for the ball. And sportsmanlike foul. They've got a real tenacity about their play, Qatar. They're physical and they're feisty. A program that really seems to believe under Hakan Demir. And they've got so much to inspire them. These young players in particular, knowing that their country historically is going to host the World Cup in 2027. Right now the target is getting to the Asia Cup later this year. And we're back-to-back bronze medalists at continental level in China in 2003, on the home soil in 2005. They've had several quarterfinals appearances since then, but didn't even qualify for the last edition in 2022. They'd only finished 13th on their most recent appearance in 2017. Hakan Demir, their new head coach, talking about rebooting Qatari basketball. They certainly look capable of doing that. .16 is their lead with a minute and a half of this first half to play. They know the win will send them back to the Asia Cup again. Balashov. Handoff, screen. Hesitation on the perimeter from Mirzag Aliyev. One-on-one on the interior. Defense not backing down, but great offense winning as Anton Bikev puts it in off the glass. Not seen too much of Bikov. Kazakhstan would have hoped for a bigger impact from him. And in fact, it was his first score. He's really struggled in these early exchanges. Only played 5.5 minutes, picking up 3 fouls, in fact. Bikov, who in the game day 2 win over Qatar in the first window, team highs of 19 points, 7 rebounds and 4 offensive rebounds. Kazakhstan have really struggled altogether as a team on the interior. Been reliant to a certain extent on shooting the 3-ball.
Mustafa, you take the ball here. Harsh, from here. Alain, you are here again, the same. You go like this with the club. Mike, you will set the screen. Alain, you come like this. Bobo start here. Bobo come here. Alain, you go. Mustafa, look Alain. If no, pass to here. Harsh, sorry, my fault. You will come like this, okay? With the first screen, Alain, Harsh come to the ball side. And then after that, Mike said, Bobo change the place, come here. Mike said the screen, Alain open up. If no, Mike go to the opposite side. Hey, good screen, good screen.
They do have support in the form of their 6th man here in the capital, Astana. But Qatar do not look phased. Lewis, a real leader for them. Harris remains on the bench, as does Seydu on those 2 fouls each. Nothing off the back of that timeout. Kazakhstan looking to put a silver lining in an otherwise dark cloud of the first half. With a score and a stop. Keep their heads held high going into the halftime locker room. Mirzag Aliyev. Guarded by Abasha on the perimeter. Great defense, but great offense. Getting the better of it. Mirzag Aliyev with the somehow shot. To 11 the gap. Final attack for Qatar and a foul. Zendao took it onto the interior. Basha was so dogged and diligent on defense. The big athletic forward, but Mirzak Aliyev still finding the target, despite giving up 9 centimeters to his defender. Kazakhstan have 5 made threes in the game now, only 6 made twos. They're shooting just 33% from 2, picked off. 3-point shot, the surely not red-hot shot from Mike Lewis to beat the buzzer. And Kazakhstan have shot themselves in the foot. With that kind of on-ball pressure and athleticism and fight and physicality has been there throughout for Qatar, and so too is the quality of Mike Lewis, their superstar. I mentioned heads might be lifted for Kazakhstan heading into half-time. They are hanging now as they trail by 16, 29-45. 64-40, 79 shooting split for Qatar. They've been excellent. 12 assists as well at half-time. Kazakhstan more turnovers than assists. 2 scorers in double figures. Lewis taking a back seat until that big moment. Harris and Seydu combining for 22. And when the starters have been on the floor, it is that simple. And as far as Qatar are concerned, they have just been at another level. Kazakhstan's only significant run in the game came when the key players for Qatar, Fuda, Harris, Lewis and Seydu, as well as Abasha, were all on the bench. Kazakhstan led by Sherbak's 10 points. He was part of that run. But Seydu, superb again. As to all of those aforementioned names, Seydu leading the way with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in less than 11 minutes of action, 4 of 5 from the field, 4 of 5 from the line. And how about this to finish it? Feels like a backbreaker at the buzzer, even at halftime, from Mike Lewis. Half-time, Qatar lead by 16, 29-45 in Astana, Kazakhstan.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Now here come Guam. Another trap on the ball screen. Calvo finding an opening, goes in. Another rejection. Sayonara. One more time. Well, what a block by Hawkinson.
And the 2 minutes to go. Wardenberg, jam! Puts Gilbeck on a poster. Sam Wardenberg.
Oh, what a feed. Oh, behind the back to the one-hander. showtime here in Jeddah. Iraq lighting it up.
Oh, beautiful crossover from Harris. Euro stepping towards the bucket, and Gilbeck is there again. Little stare down. No easy looks around here.
Tucker picks up his dribble over to the right side. Dwyery in the middle. Oh, behind the back pass and the finish. What an acrobatic play there by Dwyery to get the pass to Abbas, who's fouled and will go to the line to shoot the N1.
Ross almost loses it. It's turned over. And again, China on the run. And again, it's that man, Zhengfang Bo, jamming it home. There might even be a chance for a quick heave at the end, but what a finish to that half from the Chinese.
The crowd is into it after Jawada's spectacular drive. The pass, it's all behind the back. Thailand showing some showtime.
Iran, sideline possession. Amini attacks, blocked to the rim. Big time play by Qatar.
Now he'll give it to El Hamwi, but it's a turnover. Nice interception. They'll give it to Spellman. Spellman down the lane. We just saw a man fly. Fouled as he was doing it. And a huge opportunity here for Spellman for a chance at a three-point play.
Long inbound pass, catch and shoot, three ball, Abdullah no good. Al Zahiri won't get it to go. Another heave, three-quarter call. This time, no way! How is this even possible? Al-Muwallad hits the buzzer at the half. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Welcome back to Astana in Kazakhstan. Group E, labelled the Group of Death in these qualifiers for the Asia Cup. No team qualified ahead of the games tonight, but the picture starting to become clearer. Iran have gone through with a victory against India earlier on, and Boy Seydou's performance, and indeed the performances of several of his teammates, have taken Qatar a big step closer. They have a 16-point half-time lead here. And if they win this one, they will join Iran at the main event, leaving India and Kazakhstan to fight over third place. The opportunity to go into that extra qualifying tournament to try to make it. Seydou showing his muscle and his magic in the opening 20. He has been excellent for the second game in a row. Vadim Sherbak, the only player really for Kazakhstan, bringing his best. He's got 10 points. Nobody else has more than 5 for them. Jagulin has 5 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Pan has 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. Vadim Sherbak, 10 points, 4 of 7 from the field, including a couple of threes. He needs some help, desperately. I saw Seydou's 12 points coming on near perfect shooting. He's done it on the boards and with his defense, with a couple of steals as well. And they've had several significant performers, Qatar, en route to this 16-point lead. Tyler Harris, 10 points, 7 rebounds and a steal. Has the best efficiency in the game. Mike Lewis 7 points, including a huge shot right at the end of the second period. 6 points as well, along with 4 assists, a steal and 0 turnovers for the ever-improving point guard Mustafa Fouda. There's a look at the game leaders, although you don't see their names. 12 points, as we've seen, belongs to Ndoye Seydou. 7 rebounds for Harris, 4 assists for Fouda. Qatar just a dominant force whenever their key players have been on the court. Kazakhstan's only run coming when those players have been on the bench. Qatar plus 24 in this game when Lewis and Fouda have been on the floor. Plus 23 with Abasha, plus 22 with Harris, plus 18 with Seydou. Points, 4 of 5 shooting from the field, 4 of 5 from the line as well for Ndoye Seydou. 2 steals on defense, 3 rebounds. And he, along with Tyler Harris, sat out late in that second period, having picked up their second fouls. Nobody now for Qatar on more than 2 fouls, so they're free to go again in the third quarter. Harris, Seydou, and Dow and Magassa each on 2, nobody on more. In contrast, Kazakhstan have 3 fouls on their star player, Vadim Sherbak. Needs must right now. They cannot afford to put him on the bench. He's the only man bringing it. They've also got 3 on Maydekin, as well as a couple each on Balashov and Ivanov. And in fact 3, I beg your pardon, as well on Anton Bykov. That's been key. He's only played 6 minutes. Expected to be a key player for Kazakhstan in the middle. Bykov returning to the team after missing the last window, having been a major force in the win over Qatar in the first window. He's been limited to only 2 points, 0 rebounds, 3 fouls in 6 minutes. In the middle is where Kazakhstan have really struggled, only 33% 2-point shooting. Qatar shooting 64% on the interior. Balashov 4 rebounds to lead the way in that regard. Mirzagaliev does have 5 assists. Sherbak needs some help scoring the basketball. He did have an 11-0 run off the back of his spark to bridge the first and second periods. Kazakhstan, that closed a 15-point deficit down to only 4. But then the Qatar starters came back on the court and they built an even larger lead at 16. Kazakhstan have been a regular at the Asia Cup, their best finish coming when they placed 4th in Japan in 2007. They lost to the eventual champions Iran in the semi-finals. They were 5th in Korea in 95 as well. They're in danger of missing out this time around. Play their final game here as well, but it comes against Iran. Now, Iran the top team in the group, but have tonight already qualified, so maybe they won't be right at it coming here on Monday. Kazakhstan could perhaps get the win that they might need to finish 3rd in the group. That would result in them entering the extra qualifying tournament which ultimately will see 4 of the 6 third-place finishers also go to the Asia Cup. 2 of them will miss out. There's that code again. If you're quick enough on the trigger of your smartphone, you can get the Asia Cup Qualifiers app. Also make sure you have that Courtside 1891 app as well. Key for Kazakhstan in improving when they did get on the comeback trail. The middle section of that first half as well was cutting out their turnovers. Either side of that, they've really struggled to do so. They've got nearly as many three-point makes as two-point makes. To find a way of lifting that two-point percentage, they need Bikov on the floor and back to his best, but he's going to have to play a very disciplined half of basketball now, having already picked up 3 fouls. Sherbak to continue to just do what he was doing. Vladimir Ivanov, another player who was expected to be key in the middle for Kazakhstan, who's also struggled. He played nearly 16 minutes. No points, 0 of 2 from the field, 4 rebounds. Natural 5 on the floor for Qatar. With a chance to make it the out-and-out largest lead. Little push shot, trademark from Tyler Harris. Off the mark this time, though. Tyler Harris, in fact, misses for the first time in the game. He scored 10 perfect points, grabbing 7 rebounds in the first half. Go to the monitor here on a coach's challenge. Only 30 seconds into the second half. This out of bounds call, that final touch. Clearly off Pan. Rightly so, it is Qatar inbound. Another opportunity to extend what is already the largest lead. Still showing he's really improving his game. The big man as a passer as well. Recognising the picture. What's around him on the floor. Basha, so much talent. At the age of just 20, but a travel that time. He's getting a bigger and bigger role, Mohamed Abasha. This is the 3, Sherbak offensive rebounds. No score for either team yet in the third quarter. Sherbak powers into the paint this time. A scoop and score, no good for him. Fuda. A stale start to the second half. Seydu passes out again. Fuda, deep three, strings it right at the shot clock buzzer to get this third quarter exploding into life and give them the largest lead of the game. Qatar up by 19 and a chance quickly to surpass 20. We'll get that opportunity with Tyler Harris going to the line for two. Mustafa Fuda. Only 3 of 13 on the outside the first 4 games, 2 of 4 tonight. Tyler Harris, not just the best player for Qatar when he came to the team the second window in terms of averaging a 21 efficiency, but also their best plus-minus player in that last window, playing 31.5 minutes a game as well. There were plus 7.5 points with him on the court on average. Been ultra efficient in this one tonight, and they lead by 21. Balashov will take it in towards Seydu. He's doing his best not to budge, and Harris doing his best to help him out, snapping away from the other side, and Qatar are in complete control. Not only the 21-point lead now, but a couple of fouls on Kazakhstan early in the third. They haven't at any point really looked like sorting it out, even on home court with these fans behind them here in this pretty much need-to-win situation. Release 3 off, rebound Sherbak. Sherbak, deep 3, got it. Again, he's the only one bringing it, but boy is he bringing it. Vadim Sherbak. He takes it back down to the teens. He's got 13 himself. Nobody else more than 5 for Kazakhstan. Fuda just looks so calm and confident and comfortable. And backed up with the offensive rebound and stick back from Tyler Harris, who is now on course for the double-double. Points for Harris to tie the 12 of Seydu. It's been a really well-balanced offensive output from Qatar. There's that deep 3 from Sherbak. Certainly not been well-balanced for Kazakhstan. Into the gap. Harris has 12.7 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. Sherbak being swiped up by Basha. Quanah, little floater in the lane, got it, Shaim Quanah. It's a small stitch in a wide open Kazakh wound. Basha, it's a real defensive ace, the number 14. 3-point shot, hit a big one at the end of the second, and a big one towards the start of the third as well. Harris got it back. Not for the first time. Qatar conceding a basket and then committing, or rather Kazakhstan conceding a basket and then committing an instant turnover. Qatar just relentless. Not just on offense, with quality like that from Lewis, but with their defense as well, so aggressive, extending that defense right up the floor. Going to be now 14 points, 9 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, a steal Just one turnover for Harris. A well-deserved breather for him. He has got 3 personal fouls, so that is why they take this opportunity to take him out, having put Qatar up by 23. Balashov bundling his way towards the basket, and one. Good for that man again. Team Sherbak not giving up hope. Vladimir Ivanov finally joining the party. Ivanov, the 2'8" centre who had 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 offensive boards and 3 blocks for a 28 efficiency in the last game. It was his first score here tonight. And he can't tag on the extra one. With 21, the Qatar lead. At the foul line. Smooth shot from Omar Saad. And the lead keeps on growing. 23, Qatar's advantage. Corner. Tips it over his shoulder. Jagulin turned over into the hands of Lewis. Can he bounce the sideline? He can. Superbly done, like he was walking a tightrope with a basketball. And a trip to the line for Qatar to try and stretch the lead still further. Kazakhstan just can't find the right combinations. What incredible poise and balance on the sideline that was from Mike Lewis. Pasha at the line. A 20-year-old who's scoreless in this game, 0 of 3 shooting, but also has the second best plus-minus of all players, with Qatar plus 30 in his 18 minutes. In large parts down to his defense. Has that excellent set of attributes to play switch or defense. Now it's getting feisty. Tempers fraying. As you might expect in this final qualifying window. Both of these sets of players desperate to play at the Asia Cup in August. Qatar are very nearly there. Just need to keep their calm. No need to lose their heads. Up 23, knowing a win will punch their ticket. Let's see how that transpired. It's on that rail to the left. Ivanov, the instigator. Kassa just about backing off in the end. Officials talking it through before we can get this one back underway. 23, the Qatar lead with a pair to come. Anyone want to check the video evidence to ensure they've seen everything they need to on this exchange, and indeed that is going to be the outcome of those initial conversations. Both sets of players to the benches for now. They're going to take a look from every angle. Make sure there's nothing they've missed. Doesn't feel like there was a whole lot in it. They're pushing and shoving. Just came off the back of a few words said. What words only the players will know. They're going to see anything from these images. It's going to change their thoughts here. Certainly taking their time over making this decision. There's real aggression from Ivanov in moving towards Boba Magasa off the back of whatever was said. I'm going to go back to this first angle here. The motion seemed to change at that point. Ivanov looks ready to go. So looks ready to fight back if required. Feels a bit unnecessary at this juncture. It's a long wait for whoever's at the line. I've forgotten who it was, but there are a pair of free throws to come. In fact, Abasha missing the first, so one more to come. Mohamed Abasha. It's maybe that left hand towards the neck of Ivanov that they're looking at here. You see from this angle, Magasa's left arm. Swing around towards the throat of Ivanov. I think only in self-defense to hold off the Kazakh player. Certainly shows resistance in terms of doing anything with the right arm. I'm not sure there's a great deal there. There's passion, there's aggression. A lot of action. Certainly a lot of forensic analysis. Qatar by 23. 3 scorers in double figures already, and Fuda only 1 point off. It's been an excellent offensive performance from them. We're going to finally hear the verdict from the jury. Technicals and sportsmanlike. So there is indeed plenty to dissect and dig into here. Magasa, he'll come out. There's a foul on him, a technical foul. There's also one on Ivanov. But it looks as though Boba Magasa is done here. Technical and perhaps unsportsmanlike to see him ejected. That indeed is the final decision. The technical on both players and the unsportsmanlike on Magasa. So his race is run already. Qatar hit their second free throw to go up by 24. That's the largest lead in the game now. Kazakhstan have the lifeline. And now getting to the line for 2 foul shots off the back of Magasa's unsportsmanlike. Rustam Mirzagaliev who's there. been a long wait for the players. A really lengthy stoppage. Mirza Galiev, certainly a player capable of helping out Vadim Sherbak, who's been the only real capable scorer for Kazakhstan. Mirza Galiev had 15 points in the previous meeting between these two. He's now at 5 points in this one, makes the pair, 22 the gap. Kazakhstan have the ball. Midway point of the third period. Seydu with the suffocating defense. Kazakhstan, their 19-year-old rising star point guard, Daniil Servergin, nowhere to go. Lewis. Dieng. Working with Seydu. Going to take this down to the final few ticks of the shot clock. Static three, banked in by Omar Saad, the 24-year-old who doesn't get much action. Took a big piece of the highlight reel there. Balashov can't cancel. And still can't hit a three, Balashov, in this campaign. He's 0 of 11, 0 of 10 now. Also only 3 of 11 from 2. Sad showing him how to do it. Both teams at the foul limit as well, off the back of that exchange of technicals and the unsportsmanlike. Kazakhstan must feel completely deflated right now. This arena certainly feels as much. Nice passing from Qatar. Free mid-range, Dieng off. 25 is their lead. Do they have a bit of fight left in them, Kazakhstan? That's nice play. Shagulin able to find his teammate for the finish. 23 the gap, 14 minutes to play. Lewis. Sad. That's Begovic. Back to Sad. Just hit one. Not that time. Dieng stopped. A chance for back-to-back scores for Kazakhstan. A bit of noise back in the building, but instead a turnover, and that will quickly evaporate as Qatar get quickly down the floor and Dieng puts it in off the window. And just like that, they're back up by 25. It's just been too long and athletic and determined on the defensive end for Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan committing 13 turnovers now. And so many of them have been punished. This one certainly was. A 16-9 advantage in fast break points for Qatar. The fouls keep on coming, and this third quarter keeps on going. It's been a long 7 minutes. That's gone my decking. The foul line closes it to 23, but do Kazakhstan have what they need on the defensive end? That's the question. They failed to really find that all night. Qatar scoring 20 in the first, 25 in the second, 20 already here in the third, but that is a defensive stop. and a score off the back of it. And these fans come to life again. Back-to-back scores. They're still down 21, but it looks like they still believe. Timeout Qatar. Off the back of that turnover. 44-65 the score.
Biraz energy. If you cannot get the ball, don't go here. Still too much. You have to reverse the ball quick. We can already penetrate something. Static, don't play static. Come here. Baba, go. Mustafa, you play pick and roll, not too much dribble. Penetrate, pass, okay? Let's go. Let's go. Together on 3, 1, 2, 3.
The words of Hakan Demir, the Turkish head coach of Qatar. Former head coach of big Turkish clubs like Beşiktaş and Pinar Karşıyaka, Tofaş Bursa as well. Moved into international coaching with Iran in 2023, coached them to that overtime victory against Qatar in the first window of this campaign last February. And then he moved to Qatar for the second window in November and orchestrated an amazing one-point overtime win over his former team, Iran. And we're seeing the other head coach there, Tigran Gökçen, new to Kazakhstan for this window. Not able to sort out their problems so far. They're facing the prospect of 3 straight defeats now in this campaign, having started with back-to-back wins. 20 on the gap. Kazakhstan the last 2 scores. 12.5 minutes still to play. It's a travel. And another turnover on Qatar, despite the best efforts of Mustafa and Dow with the Houdini move. So a chance to take it down to the teens. They have that opportunity at the foul line. Again, Kazakhstan are making this move with Qatar having several bench players on the floor. Fuda and Lewis both currently on the bench. They need each and every point they can get right now, including every single free throw. They're only 6 of 10 as a team. Make it 6 of 11. Missed opportunity to take it down to 19, and that would have seemed, if not mission impossible, mission improbable. Wide open 3, Qatar. Just like that, they hit them where it hurts. Missed foul shots at one end, made 3 at the other, 24 the gap. One more minute and a half to come here of the third quarter. They'll cancel Kazakhstan though. 21 the gap, they need defensive stops. It would be somewhat of a psychological victory if they could take it down to the teens by the end of this period. But they would still be left needing a fourth quarter miracle. Fuda back on the floor. Hesitation dribble, great use of the pivot foot. Seydu looking to stretch the floor. Long 2 from the center, and Doy Seydu. He's got 14 now. 3-point shot Kazakhstan. It's the bottom of the net, takes it down to 20. They've hit 8 threes now, but only 10 twos. Harris wants to attack in the middle, got nowhere near. Seydu though, big offensive rebound. The defense bit back with the block, but then they turn it over. Missing the opportunity once more to try and make it a game in the teens. Vergin, only 19 years of age. Coach Gökçen hoping he's the answer, putting him in the game more often in the second half. He's got 5 points, 2 assists in 6 minutes of action, 2 of 3 shooting. 5 assists with 0 turnovers in only 10 minutes on his competition debut in defeat to India in the last game, albeit he didn't score, went 0 of 6 from the field. So that making his international debut was a dream come true. He wanted now to truly influence the team to win these 2 home games. He's going to have to produce a dream finish to this one to be able to do so. Fuda's just become the 4th Qatar player to score in double figures. When he split the bet, Qatar up by 21. 9-second differential, end of the 3rd quarter. Balashov. Pass picked off, oh great quick hands. Taming the ball and tipping it to himself and then getting the right spin. Right in the contact, moving away from the basket. What a play for so many different reasons by Mustafa Fuda. We didn't see the way it started on defense, but a fabulous way to finish it with his offense. The excellent down 1 score. He's got 5 assists with 0 turnovers, 3 steals as well in this game, and now 14 points. 24 is the Qatar lead with 16.5 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Kazakhstan will look to draw up a play for one final score in this period.
Заслон, уходит, отдали, или это сразу, отдали 4-му, 5-й, 3-й здесь, отдали 4-му, отдаем 5-му, это сразу уходит. Если есть лайап, окей, нету лайапа, заканчиваем, фиш. Давай, давай, давай. Давай, вырегуш, давай, играем, парни.
4 scorers for Qatar, between 12 and 14 points. And he has not had the answers on the defensive end with his Kazakh team. They've scored so fluidly, so consistently. And this 3rd quarter has been Qatar's best on the offensive end. Been Kazakhstan's best as well. But Qatar winning every period by a healthy bit of breathing room. First by 7, the second by 9, this one's over by 8. They scored at least 20 points in every period. The offense only improving. From 20 to 25 and now to 29 in this 3rd quarter. 24 is their lead. Catch us if you can is the message to Kazakhstan. Shot away just about in time and good. Maybe that is the start of the miracle. Mirzag Aliyev looking to be the miracle maker. He'll check it to make sure. We'll only close it to 22 if it is indeed good. Kazakhstan will still need 10 magical minutes in the final period. They need this one to count, and it's not going to. Looks to me like the ball is still on his fingertips. The shot clock expires, or the game clock rather expires. For now it's counted. Kazakhstan 52, Qatar 74 at the end of the 3rd. Qatar shooting it superbly as a team. 54, 50, 79. Better shooting percentages in all categories. Doing it with 4 scorers already in double figures. And they've done it moving the ball for 18 assists over the first 3 quarters of play. Now one of their 8 made threes. Just been excellent team basketball. And they've had the extra aggression and intensity, athleticism and physicality on defense. Something Kazakhstan really haven't had. Kazakhstan forced into 15 turnovers through 3 periods. And this position now will leave Kazakhstan needing a result, perhaps against Iran, the group leaders, in their final game here on Monday. Bottom of the group, Kazakhstan, 5 points. They've got a 2-2 record, which is actually 1 win better than India. However, they forfeited a game against Iran in the last window, so for that they didn't get the point you get for showing up to play. So they're a point behind India in the standings, despite having won a game more than them. India on 6 points, 1 win and 4 defeats. Kazakhstan 5 points. If they lose this one, as it appears they will, they will move to 6 points, level with India, but a 2-3 record. And they host Iran, who are 4-1 at the top of the group in this final game here in a couple of days. India will face Qatar. Kazakhstan wanting to be in that extra qualification tournament for 3rd place. Three-point shot for Kazakhstan is off. Would have taken it back down to the tees. Still their possession though, 4.9. Now the shot clock should reset, and it does to 14. Problem for Kazakhstan is they've already lost their tiebreaker against India. They beat them by 13 at home back in the first window, but then lost by 19 in India in the second window. It means that both teams lose their final games. It will be India progressing as the 3rd place team. So essentially, Kazakhstan, if they can't come back from 22 down here, they have to beat Iran in a couple of days' time. And they haven't particularly shown any signs of being able to do that on their performance today. A 5-second inbounding violation, perhaps. The turnovers keep on coming to Kazakhstan. No score yet here in the 4th quarter. Well, nobody can get the ball in. A strange second half. It's been a long second half. We had a really lengthy stoppage. We'll look at the video. An altercation that was taking place ahead of a free throw attempt. That led to Bobo Magasa being ejected, a technical and an unsportsmanlike. Technical Got as well on Kazakhstan's Vladimir Ivanov. And both teams will quickly hit the foul limit in the third, and lots of free throws down the final stretch. Now a slow first minute of the fourth. But Qatar is slowly getting there. By getting there, getting to the Asia Cup in August. Nine minutes away now with the 22-point lead. Iran's win earlier ensured they became the first team from Group E to make it to the main event. Qatar looking to follow closely behind. Mike Lewis had two defenders on him. It didn't make a difference. Lewis has 15, a thrilling three. And Qatar by 25. Kwanov. They're doing this against a team that beat them in the first window as well. This Qatar program, especially now under Hakan Demir, really improving. Looks like they're going to move to 3-0 since the change of head coach. The follow and the finish, and the largest lead of the game now at 27. It comes with 8 minutes to play. Mohamed Abashir, a key tool. Ante Begovic getting a bigger role in this second half as well. It's his second appearance of the campaign. So many positives for Qatar. Check of the feet. But once more, Abashir. He's just gobbling up every rebound now. Kazakhstan. Pam with the moves, couldn't put it in though. Ante Begovic on to Seydu. Qatar in cruise control in the Kazakh capital, up by 29. Chance to take the lead beyond 30. Mustafa Fuda, one of 4 scorers in double figures for them. Fuda, delightful dribble, flips it out. Ante Begovic passes on responsibility back to Fuda. Sherban. Transition 3 won't go down. They've stopped going down for Kazakhstan. Now those threes were at least keeping their heads above water for a while. Now they're drowning. .29, the Qatar lead, just over 3 minutes into the final period. They'll go to the benches for a timeout. That gives us the opportunity to take a look at the numbers. Mike Lewis, now the leading scorer with 19 points. Only had 4 points until he hit a huge three right at the buzzer of the second quarter. 15 points from him, coming from the final shot of the first half through this second half. They've got 14 each from Seydu and Harris, and 13 from Fuda, who's got 5 assists. Harris also has 4 assists, 9 rebounds. Seydu has 7 rebounds and 3 steals to go along with his 14 points. And Lewis is 4 of 4 on the outside, and they have been 4 super shots. The team now 9 of 19, 47%. Great to see some Kazakh fans still smiling. They want to keep their hopes high. There's one more game to come, but they're going to have to bring their very best. They certainly haven't this evening. Ante Begovic, the 2'11" centre, on the dribble, gets them over centre court. Now Fuda, the playmaker. Ball movement again. It goes through multiple hands. Hadzi Begovic will go to the line for 2 to try and take it beyond 30. And he got to 7 minutes on his debut in the last game. Made the most of them. He's got 9.5 minutes so far tonight. 4 of 2 from the field, but 3 of 4 at the line so far. 4 rebounds. Got several players who are 16 to 19 years of age who are coming through as well, Qatar, that are not in this group yet. Lots of younger players who are in this group to their mid-20s. Such a positive time for Qatari basketball. And they're playing as a team as well, putting it all together. Lewis drops it off, and Abasha throws it down. It all started with the defense from Seydou. And Qatar lead by 32. Three-point shot, Jegule. Seydou the rebound. He's getting close to a double-double now as well. 14 points, 8 rebounds for Seydou. They've got Harris on 14 points, 9 rebounds. And how about the heavyweight hit from Hadzi Begovic? A 10-foot tall teardown. Balashov will string it, his first 3 of these qualifiers. He was 0 of 7 coming in and 0 of 3 tonight before that one. Fortunately, too little, too late. What a way to get your first field goal for Hadzi Begovic. There was the previous dunk from Abasha. Biggs throwing big blows. Kazakhstan knocked down to the canvas and close to being knocked out. That was fast and furious and physical from Hadzi Begovic. Qatar will qualify with 1 game still to play at home against India. And they're going to go back to the Asia Cup after 8 years away, having missed the last edition, Qatar. The program geared towards that 2027 World Cup, which they're hosting. You'll see them competing at just their 2nd ever world level event, their first in 21 years. But before that, they're going to go back to the Continental Showpiece event. And they're moving there with real momentum. Young players finding form, finding their place in the program, building their confidence. The team being sewn together superbly by Hakan Demir. And he can ruffle some feathers. Wide open shot, Jegule. He'll hit, takes Kazakhstan at least to 60. Deficit down to 26 after it had been north of 30. Lewis leaving his feet to pass, turns it over, and Hadzi Begovic gets back with the block. The latest start to rise to the occasion for Qatar. Just his 2nd appearance of the campaign, and he really is stepping up now. 6 points, 4 rebounds, a huge rejection in 12 minutes. 2 bigs on the floor for Qatar with Seydou. He misses on the swivel. And Hadzi Begovic comes up with a steal as well. Now looks to run the floor. The near 7-footer poked away beyond the baseline. It's a big lineup for Qatar. Begovic, Seydu, Abasha, all on the floor. Begovic, their hang time rejection. Lewis down the right rail. And in transition, Kazakhstan still putting the energy in. That's not in question. They want to give these home fans something to cheer. And they want to build a bit of belief back before they have to host Iran here on Monday. But it's been the extra quality and cohesion of Qatar that's put them out of sight here in the Kazakh capital tonight. Fuda, three-point shot. Misses that one. They have racked up 20 assists now, Qatar. Begovic looking to make Qatar even stronger. He offers size that they're otherwise missing as well. He's shown his potential in the second half. Basha with his 7th rebounds. He's got 4 assists as well and a steal. Begovic spinning away. Taken off him by Sherbak. We admire the fight to the finish from Kazakhstan, but it won't take them anywhere in terms of the standings. Mahmoud Darwish making his debut in this qualifying campaign for Qatar. 21-year-old guard. Just as I was talking about their young players coming through, he gets on the court for the first time. Contemplate for Tigran Gökçen on the Kazakh bench. Not the way he wanted to begin his tenure. Certainly the way Hakan Demir wanted to begin his. 3 straight wins after taking over before the November window. Gliding to the basket and converting Mustafa Ndao. He's up to 9 points in 9 minutes now. So close to being 5 scorers in double figures. Fancy footwork and finish for Kazakhstan. Qatar know this is one though. Kazakhstan playing for pride here in their own backyard, where they have otherwise been cut to shreds. It's 14-14 fourth quarter after Qatar had comfortably won each of the first 3 periods, putting up 20 in the first, 25 in the second, 29 in the third. They've taken their foot off the pedal here in the fourth. Only a minute and a half of it to play. Fuda continuing his improvement. 4 steals as well as his 13 points, 5 assists. Another 3, that's 10 for Qatar. And they've done it at 48%. Only getting better under Hakan Demir. Balashov, well, he missed his first 10 in this campaign. He's now hit 2 in a row. Final minute, Fuda off to Ndao, the 19-year-old who's getting some extra minutes on court down the final stretch. Oh, that's a concern. A right knee injury potentially for Fuda, maybe the calf injury. Really has become a key component for Qatar. Shoff back-to-back threes after 10 straight misses. Qatar just looking to have that strength in depth now. We talked about how on top they were with their starters through the course of this game. Just need to deepen the rotation with the development of some of those younger players. We'll be looking to emulate Mustafa Fouda. Now 27 has taken his game to the next level. "14 points, 6 assists, 4 steals, 0 turnovers." As he gets plaudits from the coaching staff and bench players. One more drop for Ike Cali. Sat. Doesn't matter who's on the court for Qatar, they all play an athletic brand of team basketball. Always looking for each other. Get one final shot here. 21 assists in this game. And they're going to just celebrate instead, because Qatar, after missing the previous tournament, will go back to the Asia Cup this summer. A program perhaps ahead of schedule, ahead of hosting the World Cup in a couple of years' time. The officials are going to make sure it's finished properly. Kazakhstan, I think, can't wait for it to be finished. The way it's gone for them, they fell behind big early, had one attempt to the comeback early. That got as close as 4, but they lose it in the end by 21. And Qatar, under Hakan Demir as head coach, 3 straight wins. A perfect record since he took charge. And now they are officially qualified for the Asia Cup. They win it here in Astana, 71-92 over Kazakhstan. Well, stay with us as we wrap this one up from the Kazakh capital. To admire this group of Qatari players really coming together, improving their camaraderie and cohesion and chemistry. And now they can celebrate off the back of all that hard work to get to this stage. They join Iran at the main event in August. Mike Lewis leading the way tonight with 19 points. But one of 4 scoring in double figures, with 3 more on 14. Tyler Harris within touching distance of the double-double, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. Doi Seydu close to the double-double as well, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 4 steals for him. And Mustafa Fouda, 14 points, 6 assists and 4 steals. The other side of the story, as it leaves Kazakhstan's hopes in tatters. 71-92. A defeat for them, which means they now will have to beat Iran here in a few days' time to try and finish as the 3rd place team from Group E to maintain their hopes of making the main event. Sherbak, 13 points, led the way for them. A large part of that came in the first half. Their offense really struggled, as did their defense, with Qatar consistently scoring and consistently better here tonight. For the best plays of the 4th, Mike Lewis, 4 of 4 from downtown in the game, was also 3 of 5 from 2, and reached that game-high 19 points. Tyler Harris has 4 of 7 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line, 3 of his 9 rebounds coming on the offensive glass as well. And Basha with a floating finish down the final stretch. Mustafa Ndao got up to 9 points in 11 minutes as well. He was close to becoming the 5th scorer into double figures. And Alan Hadzibegovic ended up playing 14 minutes on his second appearance for the team in these qualifiers. Had 6 points, 4 rebounds, a steal and a big block. So Qatar can get even bigger and even better with him. 10 threes at 45% for the team. They also shot 50% from 2 and 75% from the line to win it superbly. 71-92, that final score after starting the campaign with back-to-back defeats. 3 straight wins for Qatar since Hakan Demir took over on the bench. The 92nd ranked team in the world, that's considerably below Kazakhstan, but they moved up 9 places in the last set of world rankings, got into the top 100, and they're going to quickly catch a few teams up the way they're playing right now. One of the fastest rising forces in Asian basketball, Qatar. They mean business. Kazakhstan, 69th in the world, on the other hand, are falling, moving in the opposite direction. 2 wins to start, now 3 straight defeats. On the brink of elimination. Not the way they wanted it to go here on home court in their capital. One more chance to salvage something from this campaign, but it's going to have to be special to beat the best team in the group around. Kazakhstan led by those 13 points from Vadim Sherbak, who was 5 of 10 from the field. Shigulin debuted in this campaign with 11 points. And one real positive, the 19-year-old Daniil Servergin, who finished with 11 points, 4 assists in 14 minutes. He is their future. But Qatar's future is now. Their young players really graduating on the international stage. Iran beating India earlier on the road to the Asia Cup. And that saw Iran become the first team from Group E to qualify. There's a look at the teams that had qualified before the action here today. We don't see Iran on that list, but Iran have made it, and now Qatar are there as well. Tickets quickly being snapped up to the Asia Cup in August. It's been a pleasure having your company for this one. A superb Qatar performance. 3 wins in a row and a place back at the Asia Cup again.